Hello dear friends, it is that time again where we look over the side event totals for next month. So let's indeed get into it. I hope you're doing well, whatever you're doing on this fine day. So you've probably seen and you probably know about what is dropping next month. And I just need to kind of explain something on the quests which goes into a little more detail. And that is each time you go in with your little disc and you're able to go on the path. 1 week, I guess they start off with no disc to unlock the path. Every time you unlock a new path, it has 2 chests on. This is very important because I don't think it's been explained in the best regards when it comes to this, which is, even though it does say here, I'm sure people will miss out. But just to explain this, important, 1-time claim only. Each week unlocks 2 paths with 1 chest on each path. So basically 2 chests, okay? The rewards in both chests in the same week are going to be exactly the same. This just basically means that it's replicated. And it's very important on the totals, which we're going to go over in a minute. So again, just going to get a little bit of kind of more emphasis on this so you can see. Here's a good example, right? So Epic Week 1 is that you'll get Tier 5 ISO 8 Legendary, 10, but that's times 2, so that's 20. Gold, instead of it being 25,000, it's 50,000. And then metal and mutant shards, instead of it being 2,000, it's 4,000. Tier 2 alpha fragments is 4,500. In fact, times 2, 9,000. Tier 5 basic catalyst fragments, 6,000, 12,000. I think a lot of you understand by me saying that how that's going to work, how this quest is put together. There's also, and something to kind of put into perspective, is that we're also going to have some other things, other kind of like events, which are going to be more shards. One of the big things I think for Cavalier players, because they may look at the totals in a moment and go like, oh, well, is there anything else coming? And that is the fact that we've got the Cavalier Challenge solo objectives that are coming back. And it means that extra class, catalyst crystals, crystal shards, signature stones, and more. I think this is going to be important because a lot of the other kind of volumes are not really there. And I hope that that is where you're going to pick up more kind of rewards. The difference is with the Women of Power solo event is it looks like, especially on the face of it there, it's shards. And yeah, that looks like it's shards. Or you get shards from it. Not a bad thing, not a good thing. Let's go over the totals because I think that's the main thing of why you came to this video, about totals. It won't be the full totals for a lot of the other crystals because I don't know the full amounts and volumes of, say, the Women of Power calendar, and also when it comes to the metal and mutant one. So that's going to be later videos. I'm going to do a video next week about the full totals you can get. Yes, the totals, people. The totals, children. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, so I've done like this, but this is not what I'm going to be presenting to everybody. So it's going to take shape and form of the different respective difficulties. So here, like legendary, I might make this spreadsheet available. I haven't 100% decided if anybody will be remotely interested in it, but you can see it on screen, and you know, pause the screen if you want to check it out, and then, you know, I don't know, take it or leave. I don't think it's that super important. But it is important to players to know what they're going to be getting this month. From a legendary perspective, you're going to get 5,000 6-star shards. And that's okay, I guess. I'm hoping that some more shards available, but it's very much, you are getting a lot of opportunities as a Cavalier and upwards player to get a heck of a lot of Cavalier crystals this month. So you could be picking up a real stonking amount through crystal duping and stuff like that. So that could be quite exciting for players. If you're interested in RNG, this is a big kind of like fun time if you like your crystals and you like your freebies and stuff like that. 5-star signature stones, 40. Tier 5 basic catalyst fragments, 34,500. It's a lot less than I think what it's been in previous months. And the same thing when it comes to Tier 2 alpha. I think it was like 70k recently in one of the month side events. So I think like this is going to be one of these situations of, I hope that that Cavalier objective inflates that amount so players are able to get a good chunk. 8 tier 8 2% tier 5 class catalyst fragment crystals, which means that it's 16%, same as last time, and we're going to go over the full kind of breakdown in a minute, but it's still a good chunk. Not a huge amount of 5-star shards on offer for players like myself, but as I said, Kabam are putting together a lot of these shard crystals. 6 Cavalier crystals you'll be able to get from that. Unfortunately, Kabam have gone back to that 4,000, but still, you know, there's a huge amount, like 96,000, without even including some of the other things going on. 96,000 shards available. It's going to be a stonking amount. Some really nice spicy crystal openings at the end of the month. In any case, moving on, Epic, not too great. You will see some 6-star shards, but it's definitely not over. I think like 2,250 is a recent kind of like thing that Epic uncollected players are able to get, so I think that's a bit lower. But I think that there's been a bump in 5-star signature stones or crystals from them, and tier 2, I think the 5-star shards is kind of normalized, and a tier 2 alpha catalyst fragments looks a lot less. I've not fully done master or heroic because, well, I don't really need to do them. The only thing that's kind of coming out from them is kind of the gold 5-star shards from doing master, and because I'm not saying everyone has to do it, but if you want to get some more shards, so some more crystals being opened, look, let's face it, you're going to auto fight through heroic and master. Let's kind of like be real here. I did that this month and that was fine, and I've got some extra stuff as a result of doing it, you know, happy days. So some extra 5-star shards, but mainly, and the more important thing is the metal and mutant crystal shards, which kind of put into the final totals. And final totals look a little bit like this, people. Yeah, so on screen right now, look at this. Feast your eyes, children. Feast your eyes. Look, if you do epic and legendary, you're able to pick up 6,800 6-star shards. As I said, maybe Kabam are putting some extra crystal shards into those Cavalier objectives. Okay, I don't know what's in the Cavalier objectives. I want to say that because it says crystal shards, it could be something, it could not be, but at the same time, it does look like they're similar to, you know, some. It has got like the ones for this month, the Women of Power one, but you never know. There could be some 6-star shards which I've done in the past in those Cavalier things, and then put like the relevant crystal shards for Women of Power. Don't know. I have to see. So I'm not going to completely kind of say Kabam, I lost the plot, because I don't know what's going to be in those objective rewards. 5-star signature stones, 70 in total. Good month if you want 5-star signature stones. Haven't seen any 6-star signature stones in the breakdown, but again, as I said, it could be within those Cavalier objective. Tier 5 basics fragments, a lot less than normal. Bit disappointing there. 16% of tier 5 class catalyst fragment crystal by, you know, having 2%. Tier 2 alpha fragments totaling at 60,000, which is a little bit less than it normally is. I think it's close to 70,000. Bit weird, but it is what it is. Gold has ramped up. I think we were just over 1.1 mil last time, but or like even for January 1.1 mil, and like having that bumped up is quite good. And then we've also got, and the most important thing is metal and mutant shards. So just from the side quest alone, you're able to pick up 96,000. There will be more available. As I said, it's difficult because I don't know all of the objectives available. I also don't know the full breakdown of Women of Power because we haven't seen. We know what the solo event will be, but we don't know what the calendar will be and how that will kind of like change. And also the objective, which again will kind of bump up the amount that you can pick up. And then finally 5-star shards, which is 16,000. And that's really it from like a dissection point of view. We know we're going to be getting a good chunk of Women of Power crystal shards, which do total 16,000, which is enough for 4. But also there is a calendar, which again bumps it up. But, you know, I don't want to kind of guess on that just yet. There's a few other things sort of bring together, mainly when it comes to the Prime Sentinel reprogramming objective, which could look to add in a lot more. And I don't know if these are all of the objectives for the, or what seems to be, I don't know, metal and mutant, I'll call them, objectives, and the volume that you get. There could be some others that sneaking in there, but we'll have to see. Apart from that, yeah, it looks like it's an alright month. Just really need to see like what the Prime Sentinel reprogramming objective gives, and whether or not it will give some better totals on numbers. Hopefully that made you kind of understand what you're looking forward to grind in the coming month. And I might put a link in the description to this spreadsheet. I've got to be honest, I don't know if it's gonna worth it, because at the end of the day, that's the results right there. And I've only focused on epic and legendary with a little bit of master and heroic, so I think I'll just leave it like there. I think that's probably the best to do. But yeah, that's been the video. Thank you ever so much for watching. This is hopefully there's going to be some more content today, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and next week's gonna be a very busy week. Lots of content ideas to post, and also some back on the back burner guides I've got to make. But we've got new content, and as well we've got Act 7.4 dropping towards the end of the month. So we're all about the grind, people. We've got to get on that grind. So make sure to watch some content that's on screen right now. Keep up to date with some of the stuff that's dropping for this month, which will, be interesting and all that stuff. And I'll see you in the next video whenever that will be. Have a good one, everybody. Cheers. Bye-bye.